So you want to lose weight, right? And you feel like you've tried everything, but you just can't seem to get those last few pounds off, or any pounds off in general. You figured, okay, that's it. I just need some structure to my diet. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you a 1500 calorie meal plan that's very malleable, something you can use to actually spark that fat loss. Let's go. What's good, YouTube? It's John Mango. I'm representing Beyond the Iron. We're looking to take your fitness, nutrition further so you may change your life forever. Like always, I said you may change your life. That all depends on whether or not you take my advice and run with it, because that's the only way you're gonna see the results. If you don't run with it, sit back, enjoy the vid, and maybe we'll get something else out of it, yeah? That being said, if you're new, this is the first time you're running into me in this channel, I bring a lot of fitness and nutrition stuff, you know, meal prep videos similar to this one. So if that's something that interests you and feel like could help you get a healthier, better lifestyle, then consider subscribing. All right, so as promised, this is gonna be a 1500 calorie meal plan slash meal prep video. I'm gonna be putting some B-roll over top of me just prepping the last meal prep that I just finished doing over here. Just waiting on some veggies and stuff, but I just finished that up. And this, I'm gonna be giving you one day of the meal plan. Again, afterwards, I'm gonna explain exactly how you can adjust things, how you can switch it up to make sure you don't get bored, and to make sure that it fits your preferences and your lifestyle the best. One thing to note is that this is gonna be off one of my free fat loss meal plans that I have. I actually have a link right below this video. That link's gonna take you to a page where you can essentially get a free fat loss meal plan according to your body type and your lifestyle. I'm gonna be taking one that's 1500, it's roughly 1450 to 1500 calories. Again, I'm gonna break down day number one. If you want your own meal plan, it's gonna be 5 days. Again, click that link below, but either way, I'm gonna tell you exactly how to adjust, how to, you know, keep repeating it, and how to get the most out of this meal plan so you can lose your fat just like that. Also worth noting, of course, that every day is somewhat similar. We're looking at basic foods here. If you've been following me for a while, if you follow my Instagram, which if you don't, right there, I keep it very simple, very basic, so that way it's easy to repeat, it's convenient, it's cheap, it's not time consuming, it's just here for results, and that's it. So if you're looking for a very fancy meal plan that tastes great with a little banana split with a little extra 0.5 of a teaspoon of this and that and a little, no, this is no fancy recipes or anything. This is just straight to the point, bare bones, fat loss, gains. So again, stick to the end. I'm gonna be playing some footage of me meal prepping this last meal prep just to kind of, you know, show you how I do it at the same time as explaining to you meals 1 through 5. So it's gonna be 5 total meals throughout the day. One of them is called a snack, but you know, it's also considered a meal. Then you can group these meals together to make it 3. You can even split them up a little bit more. It all depends on what works for you. Remember, these things are just advice. They're just a track to go down. But it's up to you to decide exactly what works best for your body, for your lifestyle, and for you to adhere to it to ultimately see that fat loss. I'm also gonna be giving you the calories and macros. Actually, let me do that right now. So the calories total actually come out to 1450, and the protein is gonna be 145 grams. The carbs is 120 grams, and the fats are gonna be 43 grams, okay? Again, this is a good split for fat loss because the carbs are slightly under the protein. You're aiming for protein to be roughly around a gram per pound of body weight. If you can't manage that, then at least 40% of your calories should be coming from the protein. So something to keep in mind there. Now let's dive in. Meal number 1 of day 1 here, we've got plain steel cut oats, and you're looking for 0.5 or half a cup of steel cut oats, all right? Now, I know I repeat this in every video. Do they have to be steel cut? No, but you know, this is easy to pick up at Walmart, for example, and obviously if you're looking for gluten-free, I think that these are probably still gluten-free, but you know, just be aware of obviously the grains and preferences and all that stuff. I'm giving you basic carb examples here, so you're going with half a cup of steel cut oats to start. For breakfast, you're also gonna add in 1 cup of liquid egg whites, okay? That's where most of your protein is gonna be coming from, 1 cup liquid egg whites, and to finish off meal number 1 and or breakfast, you've got cashews, 15 grams. Now, ideally when cutting, you wanna try to avoid getting too much sodium in. So, you know, prescribed in my meal plan, I just have regular cashews. You can have the salted ones, but understand that your water intake has to balance out all that extra sodium that you may be intaking from this stuff, right? So just something to keep in mind. Little variables like that could actually make fluctuations a lot bigger on the scale when you're cutting. All right, cool. So Meal number 2 is actually gonna be a turkey salad. So I typically have somewhat of a salad, light carb, high protein meal somewhere in between the day or early on in the day. This is gonna help keep you full and hold you over until the next meal. Also, it's gonna provide that protein to make sure that we're isolating and burning the fat when working out and holding on to preserving as much muscle as possible. So back to what I was saying, meal number 2 is a turkey salad where you're gonna be using 6 ounces of lean ground turkey. I actually prepped that in this meal prep, as you'll see. You can condiment the turkey the way you like. You can, marinate it if you'd like, as long as there's not too much sodium, again, and 0 calorie stuff. As you see, I added in veggies in this case. That's a great option because the veggies are also gonna be added into this salad. We're actually looking at greens. Now, for the prescription of this meal plan, now don't worry about tracking these veggies. The reason why is because the ones that I have are lettuce, spinach, cucumber, and green pepper. Now if you understand, those veggies are extremely low, actually so low to the point where you can basically fill up as much of it as you want and it probably will not affect your fat loss negatively. In this case, it's gonna add a lot of volume. As you know, I'm a big fan of these voluminous foods with very low calories, so that's something to keep in mind. This meal is awesome to keep you satisfied, keep your satiety high until you hit that next meal. So it's good to kind of buffer through to lunch or even after lunch. All right, we're looking at meal number 3 now. This is gonna be a cup of kidney beans, all right? It's a decent amount of beans, but nothing too crazy. You get a lot of fiber from that. Some protein and a lot of carbs. Next up is gonna be half a cup of brown rice. And on top of that, you're gonna mix in 1 cup of steamed broccoli, okay? So this meal is gonna taste super good. The kidney beans are good. Again, you could add a little bit of seasoning. By the way, something I forgot to mention, in that last meal, you wanna add 2 tablespoons of, you're allowed to add 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, and that is tracked because that will actually have roughly 50 calories in it. And these calories aren't like the veggies to where net carbs are low, so in reality you're not eating pretty much any calories. Balsamic vinegar, that kind of stuff, those dressings, you want to try to track them as accurately as possible. So that's gonna be in the second meal. The third meal, like I said, you got the beans, you got the rice, and you got some broccoli. These, we're talking brown rice by the way, these are very, very voluminous foods. So a lot of people would come to me and they'd say, I feel like I'm really hungry and I'm eating so and so calories. However, when I prescribe you this many calories, let's say you're already eating 1,400 calories, but then I give you this meal plan for 1,400 that you're listening to right now, you might eat it and realize, whoa, this is way too much food. And the reason for that is because we're talking full whole foods here that are so dense in their micronutrient profiles that you're actually gonna get full a lot easier and eat less calories at the same time. It's a win-win. All right, we're moving on to meal number 4. You've got lentils, and that's gonna be half a cup of lentils, mixed veggies. Now you can buy those ones at Costco that I like to use. Any sort of frozen mixed veggies are fine. And go with 1.5 cups of those. And you're going to actually also add on the side 2 ounces of almonds to get some fats in there, all right? So that's gonna be meal number 4. Meal number 5 is very simple. Like I said before, it's kind of like a snack, something that's good before bed, not right before though, because if you have it immediately before, it could actually cause a fluctuation in weight the next day. I'd say at least an hour out of going to sleep. You're gonna have this snack, which is simply protein powder, 2 scoops of that, and also 1 banana. So this is obviously very quick digesting, very little, if any fat at all. Actually, the total fat on this is gonna be 4.4 grams, including the protein powder, right? So again, super quick to digest. Now, that's gonna be day number 1. You can alternate this however you want. Let me explain that now. So that's the meal plan. You can repeat and have the same thing every day. I have almost the same things every day, but I track my food, so I'm able to swap in things here and there and vary it up a little bit if I feel like I'm getting a little bored, I'm getting a little tired of the same thing, but still making sure that it hits my calorie goals and my macro goals. So that's something very important to keep in mind. So I gave you the calories and macros you're trying to hit here. If you're smart and you listen to what I say, you're gonna take day 1 and you're gonna find ways to switch up little parts here and there to make it something like a 5-day meal plan or a 5-week meal plan. That's up to you. Okay, so that's definitely one way to go about it. Now I want to just talk about how you can adjust this, and I'm looking at day number 2 here. Roughly the same things, okay? So what you want to do, like I said, track if you can. You just gotta swap out carbs. Carbs are fine. You can swap in sweet potato, you can swap in regular potato, You can manipulate quantities in terms of oats. If you find that you don't do so well with too many carbs, simply cut portions on the oats and the rice down a little bit, and you can increase portions on the protein. So for example, you could have 8 ounces of turkey in the salad as opposed to 6 ounces, and then cut your oats in the morning down by a 1/4 cup, so that'd be half the portion. So I hope that makes sense. Now also, one thing to keep in mind, guys, a disclaimer here, by the way, I'm not a nutritionist by any means. This is just advice. You definitely check with your doctor and all that stuff before following this exact plan that I just laid out here, okay? But something to keep in mind is that it's 1450 to 1500 calories. Not everybody can go off 1450 to 1500. Some people need 1550, some people need 1400, and so on. So how do you know what's right for you? Very simple. I want you to go ahead and click that link right there. You're gonna see a video pop up. That's a video that I recently made showing you exactly how to determine the exact calories you need to maintain your weight, and then I explain exactly how to manipulate that to find out what you need for fat loss. Okay? From there, again, you can fit in a similar concept of this meal plan that I gave you into those calories and macros. So if you needed more protein, again, increase protein portions, decrease carbohydrate portions, okay? If you need a little bit more carbs because you feel like you're a little sluggish, if you need more fats because you feel like your hormones are taking a hit and it's just not enough fat to keep you satisfied throughout the day, you gotta adjust accordingly to that. So remember, this is not one size fits all. This is simply a guide, a track, and if you want a more specific one, again, click that link below for your free meal plan. All right, everyone, that is pretty much it for that meal plan. Like I said, it's 1 day, 5 meals broken down. But again, because I give you calories and macros, I explained a little bit about how to adjust. Keep in mind, very basic meals. I mean, if you look here, it's nothing but the basics. I got some chicken back there, sweet potato, turkey. I'm waiting on some veggies. I'm gonna fill these up with veggies, and that's it. Like, just find the food sources that you enjoy the most. Mine being rice, sweet potato, regular potato for my carbs, oats in the morning, and then take and choose your protein sources. Things that are simple, don't overcomplicate it and get a million different sources of things. So my protein go-to is lean ground turkey, chicken breast. I'm not gonna have beef, I'm not gonna have fish very often because again, there's no need of just expanding, making your food bill higher, making your cooking more complicated. Stick to staples that you enjoy, that you can have on a daily basis, and just use that as your core. In the mornings, I'm always going with my power shake. Click here if you want to see the recipe to that. I'm also going with oats. I'm going with egg whites, regular eggs. And for my snacks, I'm sticking with protein shakes and protein bars, as well as some fruit for the most part, all right? So again, this is always a trial and error game to an extent. I provided you this as a very good base track to go down and to notice some fat loss. Honestly, if you follow that one, you'll probably see some fat loss right off the bat. But again, if you notice fat gain, then hey, these calories and macros are not for you. Adjust accordingly, all right? I can't stress that enough. This is not one size fits all, but if you have any questions, comments, concerns, follow me on all my social media and shoot me a message because I'm accessible and I'm ready, willing to help you out with whatever goals you may have when it comes to fat loss nutrition, all right? That is my specialty. That is what we do here as a specialty at Beyond the Iron. So that's it for the video today, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it and I really appreciate you stopping by and watching the vid. If you have questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below. Share with your friends that feel like they need to structure their diet, and subscribe for all of your fitness content coming here, all right? Once again, I'm John Mango. This is Beyond the Iron. We're looking to take your fitness, nutrition, and your gains further so you may change your life forever. That's it, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.